Hello guys, it's Miss TV and welcome to Spidergatetoons, and today I'm gonna review the explanation of Action Comics issue number 986, and this is going super crazy action, but it's not much of a story, so I'm gonna read it out from VScience DC Comics reviews by who's this by? This review is written by Shea. So yeah, let's start it. Our issue begins with Lex and Superman going at it, but my shock and horror, Rob Williams went and decided that even though Lex has been using his apocalyptic supersuit for over a year, now the more you use it, the more you become like Darkseid. And I am not just talking about acting like, I mean that Lex is going all stone-faced and ugly from trying to kill Superman, and by this point in the book I'm just angry as hell because this is out of nowhere and doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because the way that Lex is turning to a Darkseid, that looks fake and that's like gibberish. But eventually, after more fighting and Lex getting uglier, Superman seems to get through to Lex and get him to understand that if he keeps using the suit, he will only become worse, which allows Lex to have a brilliant notion that if he uses everything he has on Superman, that the suit will be out of power and he will revert back to normal. Even though this would lead me to think that he would just look like a native of Apocalypse, but it seems to work, and as Superman and Lex fall back into Earth's atmosphere, the mind tick is burned off of Lex, even though he is perfectly fine. So we get to see in the comic book pages that it's well illustrated and well said that how Lex and Superman, the logic is going on and how they are fighting, because Lex is thinking that if he uses the whole powers of his suit, that apocalyptic suit, so it will drop down Superman right now into the earth core, and he will get to free from this Darkseid kind of facial stage, because the power will be gone, the suit will be destroyed, and he will get out of the shape. So anyway, in the end, with Lex having his wits about him again and trying to kill our hero, Superman goes after Machinist, which he finds immediately, and the problem is over. But I'm gonna say that here you can see Superman and the mind trick is burned off of Lex. The mind trick that was having in the Lex neck, that is like burned off. So let me read something from adventuresinprotest.com also by David Brooke. He is saying about this is the second part of his two-part story written by Rob Williams, and according to that one, maybe it's good but not that much good. So I'm gonna give it a 5.5. No, 5.4, it'll be better. So anyway, in the end, with Lex having his wits about him again and not trying to kill our hero, Superman goes after Machinist, which he finds immediately, and the problem is over. Lex and Superman have themselves a little sit down, which gets them their trust back. Even though we had that before this little arc, as our issue closes, Lex is working on his super suit and finds that one of the people the Machinist was controlling had himself a tattoo of a Z surrounded by a O. So pretty much an Oz tattoo, and with that discovery, Mr. Oz shows up and deletes Lex's records before humiliating him and destroying the Superman symbol on his suit's chest. That's it for this issue of Action Comics, and I don't know if all of this was to set Lex up as being a bad guy again for the down the line, or getting Lex pissed at Mr. Oz when his identity reveal story starts next issue, but I don't like it. Not only was it odd to see Lex looking like Darkseid out of nowhere because he happened to use the suit that he's been using for over a year, but the resolution to all of that didn't make much sense to me at all, and the resolution to Lex and the Machinist just came way too quick to give us our Mr. Oz cameo at the end. Everything just felt forced in this issue and in the last, and I wish that I could say that the art made up for it. But even though I'm a fan of Guillem merch. I didn't like the art in this issue at all, and that is what happened in Action Comics 986, because this art, folks, at the end it's not that much catchy and not that touchy thing is there, because we had a style of Action Comics and this is not that style. So bits and pieces about this comic book is concepts thrown out at us in this issue that seem to come out of nowhere and make little sense to me, and if that wasn't enough to raise our blood pressure, it all seemed to be filler to get us to our conclusion so that we are all ready for Mr. Oz's big reveal in the next arc. I wish I could say that art was strong here to try and make this sound better, but that too was pretty weak, and I walked away from this issue and this 2-issue arc wishing that I didn't read it. So yeah, that is what happened in this comic book. Action Comics 986 is not a super big wish or not a super big flop, but it's an average kind of thing, so I've given it a 5.4 because I don't like it to give it a 5.5. It's not that much of average. I would have given it a 5.5 if it was average, but it's average. So anyway, I hope you guys have liked my review. If you guys have enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more amazing shows. Have a great day. Adios.